And greetings and salutations, YouTube community. It is me, your boy, Mr. Anderson, and I'm talking to the people at work. I'm talking to the people in the streets. I'm getting pumped up. Tennessee Titans, wild card weekend. Here we are. Here we go. But unfortunately, something's going on. Racial discrimination in America. The Raiders hired or rehired John Gruden. And someone said to me that he doesn't know what the Rooney Rule means. Do you know what the Rooney Rule means? Well, if not, you've come to the right place. Once again, this is your boy Lex Anderson, and you have entered the Sports Opinion Log. Okay, folks, here it is. Woo! NFC Wildcard Weekend. Mariota, yes, I said he sucks. He sucks. But luckily, the team came through. We're in the playoffs. That's all that matters. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But of course, I'll be at work, so I'll be missing the goddamn game. It starts at 4:20. I'm stuck at work till 6. And I'm so pissed off about it. But here we go, folks. I love history. I'm kind of a historian, or I know the history of the game since I'm old school. So let's explain what the Rooney Rule is and how the NFL continues to ignore it. Because how fitting that after Jack Del Rio gets fired, that there's talks that they are in pursuit of John Gruden. Really? The guy who hasn't coached in 16 years? Right. 10-year contract, $100 million, stake in ownership or in the team? Yeah, okay. And for those of you that don't know, Jimmy Johnson also had a 10-year contract with the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so here's my issue. Let's go with issue number 1. To start this season, the NFL had 8 African-American head coaches, tied for the most since 2011. But of course, Caldwell was fired, so make that 7 African-American NFL head coaches. Are you not aware that there are 32 teams in the NFL? Yes, there's actually 32 teams in the NFL. And only 7 are African-American head coaches. That sounds pretty dismal to me. Okay. The Rooney Rule is a National Football League policy, as read by NFL.com, by NFL League policy that requires league teams to interview minority candidates for head coaching and senior football operation jobs. It is another form of affirmative action, folks. That's all it is. It was established in 2003, but in 2009, they included general manager and front office executive positions. Okay, the Rooney Rule is named after Dan Rooney, former owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers and former chairman of the league's Diversity Committee. Wow, how nice is that? Created due to some firings that occurred in 2002, which was nearly 16 years ago. Dungy was fired by the Buccaneers and Dennis Green by the Vikings. Dungy had a winning record. Dennis Green only had 1 losing season out of 10 seasons, and he got fired. U.S. civil rights attorneys Cyrus Marie and Johnny Cochran, does that name sound familiar? Released a study showing that black head coaches, despite a higher percentage of games, were less likely to be hired and more likely to be fired than their white counterparts. Okay. Let's see. Gruden, hired in 98, traded in 2001, won a Super Bowl his first year with the Buccaneers. But we all know, if you know the history of the game, you know that Dungy created that defense. Gruden brought in a little bit of offense, the offense that he had with the Raiders. He still rocked with, Dilfer at the time, who was an average quarterback. He was good for maybe 17, 20 points, not a high turnover rate. But Dungy created that stellar, dominating defense. And who did Gruden play in the Super Bowl? Oh, yeah, the team, the Raiders, whose offense he created. Okay, I got the best defense, number 1, against the offense I created? Right, but yet he's held as legendary. Folks, this is all white privilege, okay? With the Raiders, he was 38-26, 2-2 in the postseason record. Overall, he's 5-4 in the postseason, and his regular season record is 98-51. Okay, a game over 500. I guess that helps. Okay, so I also looked up that the Fritz Pollard Alliance said that the Raiders committed no violations. They're saying that they interviewed 2 African American men. But folks, please, I'm sure the Fritz Pollard Alliance is in bed with the commissioner's office and the inner workings and the teams to just look through at things and be like, okay, yeah, they interviewed. Who would want to interview for a job that you're not going to get? Like, really? We saw how the 49ers treated Mike Singletary, right? Did anyone remember that? Mike Singletary? And yes, before Jim Harbaugh, there was Mike Singletary. Does anyone remember who that guy was? I think they only gave him a season. Yeah, okay. So, the NFL, all 32 owners, well, no, except for the Jaguars owner, pretty much all white. We know what this is. This is Master running the field, literally running the field with the Old Boys Network. I'm like, come on, John Fox, dismal job with the Bears. North Turner, did he ever win anything? Oh, and how did Shanahan fare when he went to the Redskins? Right, he was a winner with Denver, but nothing just seemed to work out with the Redskins, right? Find that to be quite, actually it's not even hilarious. It's 2018. These people, y'all love stats. Those are dismal ass stats. We've got to rise up. Just like the Titans tomorrow when they tighten up, or whatever gesture you make when you say the words tighten up. Tighten, not tighten, tighten up. Anywho, we've got to do better. We don't have to do better. Goodell needs to do a better goddamn job. That's what needs to happen. Get rid of it at this point. It's clearly not working. Let's see who other white coaches are recycled or rehired. Recycled, rehired. Who have dismal records. Like, is there a job waiting for Rex Ryan somewhere? Like, give me a break. We saw what he accomplished in Buffalo, right? Okay, I'm just going to end it right there. And the Jets. He sucked with the Jets, too. Give me a break. Okay, let's move on to NBA action real quick. And so here's my thing. I hate the Celtics. I hate Paul Pierce. But if it's true that they're going to actually do a Isaiah Thomas tribute on the night they retire his jersey, that's just a low-down, dirty shame. Low-down, dirty shame. Total, utter disregard, total disrespect on his career and what he did for that franchise, holding it down until he got the help he needed in the form of Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett to ultimately hoist the trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy, the NBA trophy. Wow, that's a raw deal. Pierce, if I were you, I wouldn't even go. Make them change the date. Celtics organization, y'all are wrong for that. Maybe it's a slight dig at him because he did go play in LA, but it was with the Clippers. The Clippers are trash. No one cares about the Clippers, really. Like, let him have his moment and his night. Because as much as I hate him and dislike him, and the city of Boston, and the Celtics, and Isaiah Thomas, because he was once a former Celtic, I will tune in to watch. And speaking of watch, oh boy, Houston just needs to learn that they will just not get past the Warriors. The Warriors have their number. And OKC put on a good game. Things are looking so far so good. But however, speaking of basketball, that dude Valentine who turned his back on Joe Barry, right here, dude, you are the worst. Man, speaking of worst, okay, the second wild card game. The Atlanta Super Bowl pretending Falcons against the Rams. And the Rams have this beautiful offense. They have Gurley. They have Goff. They have dangerous wide receivers. This, folks, could potentially be an air show, except the Rams have defense. So look for the Rams and the Titans to advance tomorrow. NFL wild card. I'm going to check out the first game on my phone as best I can. Second game that night, 8:20 p.m., I will be in attendance. And maybe the sports opinion log might be on the road. The only way you'll be able to find out is if you commit to staying in the know and press that subscribe button to your right. Drop off a thumbs up as your fingers scanning across your phone. If you're feeling like today's your day, type in a comment below. Or join the Sports Opinion Log on Facebook. I'll be there waiting for you. This is your boy, Lex Anderson, and I am signing out.